Women from different areas of life, rural women, urban women, business women, corporate women, to talk about the different achievements, the different challenges that women are facing. And we hope you will join us in this conversation at the agenda_SABC and try to just talk more about women's issues. In the past few days, we were talking about #total shutdown. And today we have another fantastic speaker. She's an international acclaimed money coach, Busi Selesho. Busi, you wrote an amazing book, Money and Black People. Welcome to the agenda, by the way.
Thank you, Treasury. I'm so pleased.
Your book has been received with such vigor. Why do you think that was the case?
I think it's because we all know that there is something bigger than what we currently are, and we know that there's an answer, but well, we need to look for it. And once we find something that says the answer might be here, then we definitely want to go and look.
Money and black people, why was there a need to have that separation?
So obviously everyone, whichever skin color, has a money problem. But when I wrote this book, I was talking to the black person that is consciously black, because we are not just black. We could be skin tone black, but we could be consciously white, or we could be skin tone white and be consciously black. But when you are consciously black, there is something that you carry with you when it comes to money. Obviously, our country has the history that we have gone through so much in terms of not having money. We see it every day. We see it in the news. We live with it on a daily basis that there is not enough money. But the thing is that we have been taught the reason for us not to have money is outside of us.
Yeah.
But which we've seen that throughout the apartheid years, that we were fighting for a freedom. But now we can't fight for money anymore. We need to fix us to be able to have the money we want. Because now the freedom that we have allows us to have money, allows us to drive the car we want, allows us to have the house we want, allows us to have the business we want. But we can't have it when we don't know how to have it. So when we fix us, when we work with us, that's when things come okay.
The book is broken up into different chapters. First, you give a background of yourself, who you are, how you made your money, besides being the money coach. But today we're going to focus exclusively on the chapter about money and women. You say that 1% of women will retire comfortably. What do you mean?
Yeah, so studies have shown this to us, and it is actually, there's so much proof that only 1% of women are able to retire financially free. The rest of the women are now looking towards pension, government pension. They have to do something on a daily basis because they don't have an income. But now, the issue there is not just because women are looked down on. It's not, well, that is also a fact, but it's not because society does not want women to have money.
Yep.
It's because women have been taught to not have money. Women have been taught to choose, do you want to be a CEO or do you want to be a mom? Do you want to be a prominent business lady and be lonely? So we have been taught that you can't have it all. So the ones that actually say, you know what, I will choose money, then they are the ones that are in the 1%, but sometimes you find that they don't have the other stuff. But that is not also because they don't want the other stuff. It's just because we have been conditioned to choose one. We've been conditioned that you can't have it all.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about two separate areas. The one area is how you actually create the money. Because in order to have money to retire with, you must have been able to amass money during a certain amount of your working life. Let's talk about that side. How can women create wealth, sustainable wealth, and then go to the retirement area? When you have amassed that financial independence, how does it then translate into a comfortable life for you going forward?
So how we create, so women are creators. Definitely babies come from women. So we can see that women are so good in this. And studies have said that when a woman starts a business, that business actually serves more. It grows in profit. It's more profitable than any other business. When a woman is leading, almost everything goes right. But when we do not understand that the creating power is inside our own minds.
Yeah.
So we need to now work with our own minds to allow this creation power to be out there, to show in the world, to light up the energy of whoever that we are around.
Yeah.
But now we need to use our mind, which is one thing that I've done in my book. I've given a 30-day money mindset program that helped me and helped a lot of other people on how to change your mindset around money. Because we've been told that it's hard to make money. We've been told that it's almost impossible to make money. We've also been told that when you're a woman, you're supposed to be in the kitchen. When you have money, you feel like something might not be okay with me. So you need to now train your mind to be acceptable to the creating power. Then you create the money. Then you use the money whichever way you want, which is mostly to impact other people's lives.
You talk about the money mindset program, and you say in the book that you are not a financial advisor. What exactly are you?
So this is a spiritual process. This is a mind programming process. It's got nothing to do with how you should be investing your money, how you should be saving the money. Hence I say I'm not a financial advisor, but I've used these steps. They are conscious, subconscious steps that you do as an individual, and when you do them, your lookout, the way you see life changes. I mean, if you wanted to start a multi-million rand business and you were thinking that I don't have enough education.
You talk about such amounts?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You don't have enough education. You don't have enough startup capital. You don't need startup capital to start a business. You don't need a degree to start a business. You need yourself and your mind. And once your mind is set up in a way that you are knowing that you don't need those things, you are everything you need to be right now to go and do that, then you are able to do it. We've had a lot of stories from people who are big in the world. I mean, I've started my business that is a multi-million business from nothing, and we've had them say that there was nothing, but I made it. So it's the mind.
Where did you learn this?
So I think, which is one of the important things that we should always be doing, is to invest in our learning. So I was able to go around the whole world almost, and I've went to so many countries, learning the consciousness of money, learning the energy of money. And when I found that money was not a physical thing, it was an energy, I knew how to connect with the energy. And anyone can do that. Hence the book and the course that I've put out there. I've put it out and made it so simple, and I've summarized it in a way that anyone who can just be able to read can read and be able to apply it in their lives.
You learned, you were a success, and you came back and had interactions here. Take us through some of them you call the financial masterclass. Take us through some of the interactions you've had with different people who've read your book, and what further lessons you've learned from these interactions.
It's been immensely amazing. One of the stories that it always, when I think of, maybe I should not be doing this, I think of that. A lady who came to me, I think about 3 years ago, and said, Busi, I'm so broke, I'm so much in debt, I just don't know even why I'm waking up every morning going to a job that cannot take care of me. And she wanted to do one of my debt courses. So I've got an online debt course. And I said to her, we currently are starting up a new program called How to Use Your Unused Skills to Make Money. And I said, try this, because it sounds like you definitely need more money in your life, And
who doesn't?
Getting your debts paid off is a great thing, but can you just have more money? And then she was like, okay, well, fine, I'll go through and do that. And then when she did that, she found out that she actually had such a great skill of makeup, doing people's faces, and this was happening all the time. She worked in an IT company, and she was in IT. She did not like the job, she hated the job, and she had the debt and all that, so her life was just not amazing. And then now she was always fixing people's makeup. Every time she gets to work, every morning she's fixing people's makeup. Later on in the course, she finds out that she actually can go and be a makeup artist. What happened is that 4 months later, she was then now contracted with one of the best makeup houses in South Africa, and she was earning 30,000 rand a month, which was taking care of whatever that she needed to take care of. In the makeup gig that she got, she was earning 10,000 rand a day. So she was earning almost 5 times in a month.
So what is the process when you helping somebody out? Where do you start? Do you prescribe to your clients, or is it a self-revelation thing? So
there is definitely different ways that I help. So there is one-on-one coaching where we sit down and we talk on what is it exactly that you want, where are you currently, and then we look and how you can move forward. But there's also online programs. The online programs, the good thing about them is that you get them and you sit down with them and you work through your own issues through the program. So the program lets you, if it's a debt program, it deals with your debt, why you have it, because we don't have debt because we don't have money. We have debt because we need the debt to prove to us that we don't have enough, we are not enough. So the moment you deal with being enough, the moment you wake up every morning and you know that you are enough, your debt disappears. Literally, you find ways to pay it without any problems, because now you don't have to prove to yourself that you don't have enough.
When you have those people who listen to you and they say, Busi, this is la-di-da stuff.
Yeah, I know.
How do you convince them that this is the real stuff?
Well, the good thing is that I don't have to convince anyone. I always say, I work with people who I've hit the ground.
Yeah. You also say in the book, it's a book for people who are ready for it.
Yeah. So myself, I had to be bankrupt and be in 40 million rand debt to come out and find this.
So how do you get into 40 million rand debt?
It's a long story. Crazy.
Yeah.
I was going with that belief that you need money to make money. So I went borrowing money so many times to start businesses that worked but then failed, and then I had to be left with the debt. So
has that changed?
Definitely. Hence I say the business that I do have now, I never started them with a cent, but they are so profitable.
Yeah.
So it is not true that you need money to make money. You don't need capital, you don't need anything. You need yourself and your mentality to make money. So when someone says to me, so this is so crazy, I know, I'm like, yes, I know it's so crazy, but that person is probably not in the lowest, because when you are at the lowest, you will then not resist finding you, because that's what you're doing here. You're not just finding money, you're not just finding wealth, you're not just finding happiness, you're finding you. So when you are at the bottom, you don't have anything else, you're not trying out, then you
I imagine you also have clients who are not necessarily at the bottom, they're just barely coping, they're making the money, but they're also seeking to find the next level.
So then when someone has so much desire, so someone has a big desire to say, you know what, I know I'm okay, but I want something bigger than this, and their desire is huge, then they are willing to then go out there and find it. So then that's another person that I'm able to work with easily, that says, you know what, I know that I am supposed to be the greatest in this, but I'm not there. So how do I get there?
But the conversation, is it about making a lot of money, or is it about developing a good relationship with money? And in that case, you would be happy even if you had 10,000 rands. It isn't a lot, but you are financially sustainable.
It is totally about finding you. So when you so normally you find someone who has millions and they are rich, but they are about to get divorced. They've been divorced 10 times. They are sick. They have cancer. They have this, and they have money in the bank, but it's not helping them much. They have the big house and that, and then you find someone who has money, but they are happy in their relationships. They are impacting their other people's life. So there's wealth, and they are healthy, and they don't have life problems that we go through, and we're thinking, oh my goodness, I need to come out of this. They don't want to come out of their lives. So this is about wealth, where your whole is perfect. You are happy with waking up and looking yourself in the mirror. You are happy with going to the job that you love. But if you go into a job that you hate on a daily basis, then you will earn whatever amount. It will never take that feeling that I hate my life. So it's not about money, it's about wealth. So wealth is not money.
What are the general money issues that women have spoken about?
Well, a lot of times you find a woman saying, I want to go on my own, I want to start my own business. And she starts the business, it's a great idea, it's amazing, but she doesn't make money from it. And that is normally because they have a belief that I need a man to take care of me. So if I have money, then I will take care of me. Then that will not be how life is supposed to be. So they have to then work through the thoughts and the beliefs that I need a man to take care of me. Once they don't associate themselves with that, then they're able to succeed. So that's the one big problem. We have been taught that a man is supposed to take care of me.
Busi, thank you so much for coming through to the agenda. Just give us your details quickly. How can people get a hold of you? What will you be doing throughout the Women's Month calendar of August?
It's going to be so amazing. August is totally great. So I'm all over the country, and my Facebook page is Money with Busi. My Facebook is Busi Selesho, and all the social media platforms I'm Busi Selesho. So, and there's also a great course that is definitely for free on Facebook. It's called How to Manifest 100K. It's a course on how to take a 30-day period and make yourself 100K without working for it, just through your mind.
So you go through actual processes.
Yes.
Busi Selesho, thank you so much. It's been amazing.
Thank you.
And all the best with your calendar for this month. You're watching The Agenda. Let's take a break. We'll be back in a moment.